this is a great tool for you to use if you do not have MLS. It really is fundamentally amazing, right? Yo, what up? What up, the Science of Flipping Academy? I am likely going live right now in the Academy. So if you are watching this video, what is happening? If you are watching this video on rerun, make sure to go and request to be a part of the Science of Flipping Academy, because I'm going to do something really special today. I am going to show people how to actually comp properties real time live, as I just got a lead in from my call floor. I do a bunch of cold callings. I have a call floor calling in motivated sellers all the time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time to show you exactly how to do it the right way. And so what I'll do is I'll do my best. I'll use technology the best way I can. And I'm going to use something. You could do this comping in any city using PropStream. And so this is what I'm going to show you: how to use PropStream, how to navigate it in a real deal that came in. So let me try to share my screen, make sure that this is all going to work, because technology a lot of times is difficult. So here I am. I'm in my Podio account. This is a real lead that came in 5 hours ago for my call floor, right? And so I just said I'm going to jump on this one. And here's the information. If you guys are looking at my Podio, this is all the information my call floor gets: name, address, phone number, email, any notes that they are looking to sell. Yes, they're looking to sell. I've tried to sell the property recently. You name it, they're asking those questions. But here's what this video is about: how to comp the property in any city. And so I'm making this go live. We are real time showing why PropStream is the very best comp tool in any city, especially if you don't own or have access to the MLS. So I'm just going to cut and copy the address. I'm going to go over to my account, and here's my account, right? So they know I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so it auto-populates. But I'm going to simply put in that address, and you are going to watch this bad boy work. This is a real deal. I will be reaching out to the seller. I've already talked to the seller, making sure he understood I was going to get back to him around numbers. So I've already done my job to reach out. Now, on the right-hand side, you have a bunch of data. Let me move this a little bit. And, you know, the estimated value, is it on market? No, it's off market, which is good. That's what I'm looking for. Any liens? They say there's no liens. Sometimes liens pop up. Occupancy is owner occupied, right? Any other details that you have around there can happen here. Now, what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to look at the properties that are on the MLS. I just simply want to start looking into this, right? And so I'm going to choose the properties that are on the MLS in that area. But what I want to do is I'm going to also put in, or I'm sorry, I'm jumping around here. Let's just go back to search. Let's go back here. And here is my deal. Ooh, easy. I'm using my trackpad, people. Using my trackpad. All right. So then I want to be able to see, here's nearby listings, MLS listings. This is the area I'm looking for, right? So when you're looking at a property, you don't want to go too far outside of, you know, at the end of the day, your area. Now, some people can say you can go a mile wide. I don't do that, especially if I'm actually looking at, you know, doing a real comp on these properties. And so I try to stay within a half mile. I potentially would open that up even more if I possibly could. But I want to make sure I can do some analysis on this property. You know, you have all the monthly expenses, income. It shows really everything. The mortgage, if you want to understand the mortgage of the property. And so there's a lot of great utility within PropStream that a lot of people aren't using effectively, but I want to make sure that you do use it effectively, right? And so this is right where you want to be, right? And so here's the property. You have your comparables here. You have the details of the property here. Total rooms 5, total bathrooms 1, right? And so I'm looking at, the property information, right? Square footage 1,300. Here's the APN. A lot of times that comes in really, really helpful. And so now I just want to start to look at what we got going here. They don't have a bed bath count. They have the bath 1. The lot is a traditional lot here, 1,300 square feet. So I'm guessing it's a 3-1. It potentially would be a 2-1, but that type of square footage, most likely a 3-1. I'll confirm that with the homeowner. So here's what you do. Comp properties. Hit the comp properties. And ideally what I want is the most closely matched property if possible. If there is a unit match, that is ideally what I want. So I'm taking these statistics, I'm taking these statistics like square foot and bed bath. I want to do as best I can to dial that in a very reasonable area, which this is a pretty reasonable area, right? And so I want to see what has been sold in the last 6 months. Well, I gotta speed this bad boy up a little bit. So it is March 5th, the day I'm recording this video. Let's just start with November, right? And so now all of a sudden, do you see how many comps it went from? Like I think the range it gave me was over a year. So now all of a sudden I have public record comps and then I have MLS comps, right? And so I want to start to whittle this down as much as possible. Now you will see there's a color code and here's blue. This is my property. Minimum square foot, let's just say 1,000 minimum square feet, and let's just say 1,500 max, right? And so starting to whittle this stuff down, and then you're able to adjust via MLS status, right? Has it been sold? You can adjust days on market. You can adjust, if you scroll over, bed bath, right? So I want to see all the ones that have I'll go the other way. These I would not likely use, right? Square foot, this is my square footage is 1,342. So I want to stay in and around there, but I did that through here. And I could dial that in even further, right? And then I want to make sure that the MLS status is sold. Again, there's 9 that fit in this, and there's 150 that fit here. So I'm going to continue to keep going, right? I want to do, if you want to use bed bath, or if you want to do property class, right? Like I want residential, I want to refine it a little bit in case there's some stuff, outliers. I want to do a single family home. There's no condos and whatnot. And so I went from, the bigger number. Now I reduced it down to 123. Maybe I do, 2 to 3 bed max. And now I really want to figure out, all right, what is likely the ARV? And the nice part about this is you have photos, right? So if I look at this has a pool. So that's number 1. But you can start to go through these photos. This is a nice little rehab. Now, how many square foot is this? This is a 3-1, 1281, likely a very good comp. Now, the year built is a little older than mine, but likely a very good comp. So I'm already at $249,000, right? Out of this, right? This was sold. You can see when it was sold, right? All within the time frame, right? And so I would say that was a good comp. Where was that one? That wasn't this. Just randomly chose it. Was it this one? So I would start at 1, right? This is the one that's most likely to be your best comp. And so that was number 1. And then what does number 2 look like? So we're at 288. I'm thinking we're probably in the mid to high 2s. What does 255 look like? Probably a little bit tougher. Not a great remodel. So now we are at 255, 1,100 square feet, 2-1, right? So now maybe we can go a little higher. Maybe it's 267. So I'm trying to find location and remodel because I want to find ARV first. That is the very first thing that I want to find. This is a nice little property, obviously remodeled, right? And so this can be very, very good. Now, year built 1947, 268. Is that what it sold for? I think it sold for 267, right? So now I'm looking at these two as probably my best two comps. 267 on First Ave, and then 288 is another one, right? And so if you just blend those price per square feet, right, of sold, and that should be price per square feet was 224 and 194, right? So now I'm just going to take a blend of those and then I'm going to find the ARV, right? So if I average those really quickly as an average, so 224 plus 194 equals divided by 2, we're at 209. It is a safe argument to say that you could likely exit this property around $209 a square foot based around these, right? Now, this is a little low based around the 108 selected comps. The average is 187. The average days on market are 75. I mean, there's a lot of incredible information here, right? The average sales price is 223. So what I would, I knew I was going to do that. Okay, good. So what I would encourage you to do is continue to even jump in even further and be able to find which homes these are, right? Number 8, 10, 11, 9, they're very close. Maybe what's in this area, I'd really be circling a lot of these to try to find it. So number 10 is the one I used, right? It's right there. What's number 6? 6 is on First Ave as well. It sold for 255. How many square feet? 1,100, right? And so let's look at those photos. Why was that 255 versus a higher number? Right? Original. So you could definitely sell for more than that. So again, I use that number. I go back here. I look at my property details. I use 209 times 1,300. 209 times 1,342 equals 280,000. Now, do I think that probably is a little high? Maybe. You know, this one sold for 288. Again, this one sold for 267. I might try to split the middle a little bit, which would be that 280 number. But that's where I'd ballpark that ARV. Now, in my market, I know I can go roughly 82% of ARV minus rehab cost minus my wholesale fee. Or better yet, you can roughly go 70% of ARV in Phoenix and then minus my wholesale fee. So if I just go 70% of ARV, so ARV is 280 times 0.7 equals, I'm at 196. And let's say I want to make $10,000 on this property, I'm at 186. I would buy this property at 186,000. I would likely spend roughly $25,000 into it, and then I would try to resell it at 280, right? So if you're doing that comp, so 196, I'm going to put $25,000 into it. I'm at 221. I am going to, I apologize, because if I'm rehabbing it, right? So that's how I'm running it. So it'd be 231, and then I try to sell it at 280. There's $50,000 spread in there, minus closing costs, etc. That really is a good deal. Now, could you make a little less money and be more aggressive on the offer? And the answer is absolutely, right? And so, again, this is a great tool for you to use if you do not have MLS. It really is fundamentally amazing, right? You have your neighbors, you have your cash buyers, that's a totally different subject matter, how to utilize that. And so really you have all the different type of properties that they've categorized for you in here. But what I really want is the comps, right? That's really what I'm looking for, right? Is the actual comps. And then down here you see a sale situation legend. This is sold cash, foreclosure, bank owned, new construction. and inter-family, as they say. And then everything else is, and you can see that this was sold cash at 165, right? And I'm going to be offering, what did I say, 189. So my offer is pretty aggressive, right? You can see here 180. There's some lower numbers in the neighborhood. So, but then there's also higher numbers. So again, this is the best tool I can give you. If you just go to tsofdata.com, tsofdata.com, you can use this for free for the next 2 weeks. It's an incredible tool. You can play around with it, but I promise you, once you have it, you're not going to want to let it go, because you can comp properties quick. It's easy, and they have so many other different things and tools that you can use within PropStream. Again, tsofdata.com, and they'll also make sure that you can use it for free and give you a discount. So I will see you guys on the next training. Hopefully this really worked out well for you. If you have any questions and you're in the Science Flipping Academy here in Facebook, make sure to ask the questions. If you're watching this on YouTube because you're watching it afterwards, then I want you to go over to YouTube, and there will be a link for you to be able to use this for free for the next 2 weeks. It'll be in the comments, and I will be signing off.